探偵者最強の男。
ラポHi everyone, I'm going to react to Bungo Stray Dogs Season 5, Episode 1, The Strongest Man. Last episode was, well, the reveal that basically no one died. No one died. Hirosu didn't die, Gin didn't die. Of course, I knew inside of me that Yosano and Kunikida didn't die either. Turns out that now Nikolai is also alive. So it's like, yeah, nobody's dead. Tachihara is now firmly on the side of the agency is innocent, and he's gonna try to convince the government that they are innocent. I don't know how he's gonna be able to do that because Fyodor wrote in the page that no law enforcement personnel or government body, whatever, will believe, no matter what kind of evidence they might find, that the agency is innocent. They will never believe it. So I don't know how he's gonna be able to convince them. But okay. So that's what happened last episode. And before we get into this one, if you guys are my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/Philomini. And will this be in the first episode of this new season? The full length is going to be available for free. The link is going to be in the description box and in the comment section, in the pinned comment. So check it out. And if you like it, consider supporting me at patreon.com/Philomini. Alright, let's start this episode. And here we go. Oh, I love you. The strongest man. This was such an amazing first episode. Like, I loved it so much. I don't know why, but my mind never went back to RAMPO. I think after he jumped out of the window, and maybe I asked myself, okay, maybe in that episode or maybe the next one after that, like what happened to him or something or other like that. I never thought about him again. Why? I don't know. But then he just showed up this episode. Like the title of the episode is like the strongest man. Is there anything else in here? It's like the strongest man. And I'm like, I was asking myself, okay, who is the strongest man? And then Dazai and Fyodor were there in their little cages, and Fyodor was like, they were playing a numbers, guess the numbers game or whatever. Oh shoot. So they were playing this game, and of course they could guess each other's numbers. But then Fyodor is like, you're being way too like casual, like not worried, like your plan for the agency to work along the hunting dogs, and in order to prove their innocence failed. So why are you just here not having a care in the world? And then he's like, I don't quite remember exactly what he said, but just like, it basically gives the strongest man to make his move. It basically gives him the liberty, the freedom to make his move or something or other like that. And then Fyodor is like, who are you talking about? And he's like, the strongest man. And then you see RAMPO. That was awesome, man. It was awesome. They Asushi and Uncle and the others, they were like in Lucy's room, safe house, whatever, ability room, and they were dejected because they felt like, okay, they lost now. What are we gonna do next? And Asushi had a vision, for about Dazai, and he's like, okay, maybe we made something. Let's just think about it. With all of us together, we can figure out something. And as he was talking, he's just like collapsed, and I'm like, what is wrong with him? My first thought when he collapsed was that he um because I'm still worried about Natalia. I'm still wondering if he's actually locked in that inside that room. But I'm like, maybe Natalia did something to him, you know. But turns out that he passed out because um Sigma gave him the information about where the page was. Um and that is that amount, well, Ungo is the one that said that it usually happens when you receive a massive amount of information, I guess through an ability or something or other like that, you know, and it takes you pass out, and it takes your body time for your body to sort of like process everything that has been injected in your brain, and that's what happened. But before that, he revealed that that's what was going on. He was talking about this, I don't know, he was making all these mental calculations about um like what happened to Asushi. The reason why Asushi passed out was because of the decay of angels, and that they were like, when they had that ability, that virus or whatever thing that was happening at that one time, they were trying to make the agency choose, you know, they were trying to pit the mafia and the agency against each other. And now with this particular thing that was happening with Asushi, they were, I don't know, I don't, basically in his mind it was gonna come down to them saving millions of people or them saving um Asushi. So because these two love Asushi so much, they would definitely choose to protect Asushi more than the caring about a million people dying. So Ango is like, "Okay, the way that I am right now, if these two decide to go against me, I'm not gonna be able to succeed. So I guess the only thing that I can do is basically kill Asushi before that happens, or something or other like that." And I'm like, how the heck did he? I guess I'm just gonna have to go back and look through that episode again when I'm editing it to reread exactly what he was saying, because I'm like, he was just about to kill um Asushi, and then Asushi woke up, and then that's where Asushi revealed that he had the information about the page and everything, and then he decided to, and when Asushi told them what he knew, and he's like, okay, so how do you know that he gave it to you, or why would he give it to you, or when did he give it to you, or something or other like that. I don't quite remember what the question was. And he's like, it's probably when he held onto my hand or something or other like that. And then they showed us the flashback, and as he was I think it was Uncle that was asking him if it was because Fyodor betrayed him, and then Asushi himself was like, or maybe it's because of what the last words that I told him, But he had the information, and he couldn't quite, and he's like, okay, so they asked him, where's the page? And he's like, it's with the leader of the decay of angels, and that leader's name is Kamui. They showed us a picture of him, so I'm like, oh, okay. Now we know I can't say what he looks like, but I guess he's normal uniform. So I'm like, okay, at least now we know. And then they ask him, okay, do you know where Kamui? He's like, not really. I can't process everything. And then he was asking Uncle, okay, how can I do to make myself remember all those stuff? And Uncle is like, you can either get punched or something or other like that. And the girls were just like, they didn't want to hurt him. So you had Lucy that was saying something about punching his cheeks or something, and then what was Kuka saying? I don't even know. And Uncle realizing that these two are not gonna hurt, especially in any kind of way, to try to get him to remember. He's like, okay, with him being able to read memories, he's just gonna read associates memories, and then they can hurt him, and then he's gonna remember. And then he just switched the way they were gonna hurt him. They were just like one. Kiko was like stabbing his eye or something or other. I'm like, why would you want to stab his eye? Why his eye? Oh my goodness. So yeah, and Uncle was feeling a certain way about that. The way they were so quick to hurt him, but they didn't want to hurt Asushi. But then there was this sort of like, it felt like a stab in Asushi's brain. And then he remembered, and he's like, Akamu is in the middle of an assassination attempt and all of that. I'm like, ugh, okay. Because at one point they showed a rifle. Before Asushi revealed that there was an assassination thing going on, there was a rifle pointed at Kunikida. Now, going to Kunikida, I feel like, okay, I need to know this dude's name. The Blind King. Juno. Why are blind people in anime, blind characters in anime so scary? And like, I don't know. There's a blind character, I believe, in Mob Psycho 100 that was also scary as well. And I'm sure other shows. But then this particular one, and this one is like, I was about to call him a psycho, but then again, his work, I don't know. You can have a government person be a psychopath, so I don't know. But he was torturing Kunikida. We all know how much Kunikida cares about his ideals and following his ideals and everything, and he was just like, how are you gonna be able to basically follow your ideals if you don't have your hands anymore? He was making this kind of deal about, become a hunting dog, and then that's the only way you're gonna be basically allowed to be innocent, and then you can go hunt the others. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's never gonna happen. And then he threatened Kunikida with him not being able to have his abilities anymore. He's like, how am I going to lose my abilities? And he just cut off your hands. And then his notebook, they cut the notebook in half. And as he was walking away, he had this sick smile on his face. I'm like, I don't like you. I don't like you at all. And then that's when the sniper, like, they showed the sniper as he was walking away. They showed the sniper. And then when Asushi revealed the fact that, and then he also told Juno, he also told Kunikida about Yosano's execution being scheduled the next day or something or other like that. So he's basically giving him all this information to torture him and wanna. I don't like him. So after Asushi revealed that there was this assassination attempts going on, they showed the sniper like shooting at Kunikida, but Kunikida could like feel it, and then he just like get out of the way. But then now I'm wondering if he was able to know that there was a sniper, because the sniper himself being Paul, like we didn't know that at that time, the sniper is Paul. So is it because he gave him a sign that something was happening, or was it just Kunikida's instincts that just kicked in that particular moment? But either way, the sniper hit the panel, and then RAMPO showed up in the mask, the Kamui mask, and like got gassed Kunikida, and then took him out. And then they showed Yusano was being transported somewhere, I don't know. And then there was this explosion thing that happened. The car stopped, the people got out, 2 people was left behind, and then as they turned around, Yusano was gone, and then they go to um, Fukuzawa. Fukuzawa was there. They were like, okay, now we're gonna take care of your um, interrogation or something or other like that. And then they took him up to the roof, and then for the Fukuzawa was like, I know you. And I'm like, you know him, or what are you talking about? Because I'm thinking Kamui, that's Kamui there, right? Because he's wearing the outfit. So I'm thinking, okay, how do you know Kamui? Are you sure you know him? You know, turns out, of course, he knows him because it's Rumple. And then he started going. He revealed to Fukuzawa that when after he jumped out of the window and made himself disappear and all of that, he basically was doing what his great detectives do, which is solve cases. And then he figured out, as he was solving the case, he figured out that Kabwe was gonna assassinate the members of the agency. So he sort of like co-opted the assassination, and whatever Kamui was planning on doing, he just like used it, transformed it in some ways to save each and every one of them, and then they showed each and every one of them. Oh, there was also what was it? Cause his name starts with K, I think. Let me see. Katai. Yeah, I know it started with K. Katai. This also showed Katai. Katai is the one that I knew that he was posed doing because of like the screen and they light it up and then he disappeared from the room and all of that. So that's what they did to I'm trying to remember. Was it Moshitaro, the car, and then the screen? And Moshitaro was holding on to the screen, and then the screen started doing something. I don't know. But either way, he's the only one. His case is the only one that I knew that it was not the doing of the real Kamui, but Pope. But then I didn't know about the others also, like their kidnapping or whatever. I didn't know that it was Rampo until it was revealed by him, right? So yeah, Rampo saved everyone, and then there were all these reporters that were there, and they're like, "Well, I'll be here to talk about something not significant." I think it was like some kind of affair by somebody or whatnot. And it turns out that it was Rumpo that arranged everything. And then he just like, well, the people saw him, they started running away because they're thinking, okay, terrorists. But there was this one journalist woman that was there. That was like, okay, there is this inundation of news about the agency being these terrorists and everything. But among all the things that they're showing us, they're not actually telling us what the motives is, what the motive is behind their terrorist attacks. So like we need to know that. So when Rampo showed up and everybody else was running away, she's the only one that stood there and started asking questions. And then Rampo was like, I'm sure you remember this. They showed Nikolai. This is basically the message that he showed them. They sent to the agency that prompted the agency to go, and then they were being framed and all of that. So he showed that. He showed Nikolai being cut in half and all of that. And then he was basically telling them that he's found evidence and stuff that proved that the detective agency, is not terrorists. We are not terrorists. And I sent all this information to all government agencies, but you're gonna know. But I'm sure like right now they are in the trash. And as he was talking on screen and he was telling them that, they wrote their guilt onto this page and all of that. You see that one police officer that's always like working with Rampo and everything, that's always on his side, that always calls to him. You see him as he saw Rampo on screen, he was like, okay, where is it? Where's the envelope? And of course it was in the trash, because they're part of the agency and they wrote in the book that, not to believe anything that comes from them. So they just threw it away, and he fished it out and he gave a copy to the woman journalist that was there. You know, they should be able to believe it, right? Because they're not part of a the law, right? I think they should. But either way, Rumple appealed to them. Like, just think. I have been working all these cases with you for how many years now? I've even saved some of you. So how are you so quick to believe that we are guilty and disregarding any evidence that we are presenting to you if it wasn't because you were being told, programmed, it was written that you should just like ignore it. So just like think with your own soul. Don't just like, oh my, Rubble. I love him. Rubble's the best, man. He's the best. Yeah. So now that is out there, it was on the news. Rumple was on the news. Everybody saw it now. How is that gonna affect the general public? Like, I don't know, like the sentiments toward the agency. Are they gonna believe it a little bit? Are they gonna try to think with their own souls or something or other? I don't know. So there's that. Sigma was saved by Nikolai, right? And he's like, as he was falling, his ability to, manipulate space and all of that, he just kept, so that the speed would diminish until, he's okay. And then he said he was doing the same thing, something with his blood or whatnot. But the point is, he saved Sigma. And then Sigma's like, okay, so why did you save me? Because Fyodor clearly wanted me dead. It didn't really register. Like when, what's his name again? Nathaniel. When Nathaniel showed up last episode, it didn't register to me in the particular moment that Fyodor was the one that sent him. Of course, he sent him, and then he shot at Sigma. So he's like, okay, Fyodor's trying to kill me, so why are you saving me? Aren't you working with the Decay of Angels and all of that? And then from what I understood from all the things that Nikolai said, basically Fyodor is the only one that understood him, and because of that particular reason he has to kill him so that he can be free as a bird. Okay, so now he's asking for Sigma's help in killing Fyodor. I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care if you want, like, as long as we get rid of Fyodor, like, I'm okay. I don't care how it happens, whether Nikolai is the one that kills him or not. Like, Fyodor needs to be gone. Okay. Now, when are we actually gonna see the real Kamui? Because he's the one that has the page, the book, the page. He's the one that has it. So how are we gonna find him? Do we even know where he is yet? I mean, after all the detecting, whatever. After all the detective work that Rumple has done, has he figured out where Kamui is? Like, or is that information in Associate's brain? Like, I don't know, but yeah, it was such a great episode. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/Philimini, and you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.